Thank you guys for tuning in today. This is Uncut Clarity, episode 3. We have 2 legends here with us, Damian and Jermaine Johnson. How you guys feeling today?
Absolutely blessed and favored and healthy.
Feel great, man.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
All right.
So,
New opportunities.
So you guys are known in Charlotte, possibly known further than that. I've been around you guys since I was 22. I'm 35 now. So you guys are like a father figure / uncle to me. Yeah. Very important entrepreneurs and very important teachers in my life, and I'm still a student to you guys. I want to go back to where you guys are from, though. You guys are from Buffalo, New York, born and raised, right?
Right.
So what was it like growing up in Buffalo?
Outside of being cold, it's beautiful, man. You know, now that we get a chance to kind of reflect, you understand the blessing that Buffalo was for us. And the people were amazing. The experiences that we had were amazing. It really prepared us for everything that we're doing right now.
Yeah, historically, Buffalo is, they said that was one of the gateways to the Underground Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
And
Really?
Yeah. Going towards Niagara Falls, because that's where you was trying to get
Toronto.
to.
Okay.
Trying to get to Canada.
I never heard that.
So that was one of those routes that was, for the Underground Railroad. And so, historically, you can kind of see some of that, that old blackness there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot like the any of the old cities like Baltimore and places like that. Buffalo's a lot like that. And, we got a chance to, get a specific time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were born in the 70s, but we had our 80s and 90s there, right? So we were teenagers in the 80s.
Okay, teenagers.
And yeah. So, we saw, that switch, and Buffalo was very intriguing.
Yeah, they call it what? Rough buff?
Rough buff, absolutely. Rough buff is something special, man. But every city has that.
Yeah.
Those areas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just, we was in a New York state of mind.
Yeah, and being in being in a rough buff or being in a rough area, I'm pretty sure that it scoped you guys to be who you are today.
Yeah.
And so I would like to ask y'all as growing up as twins in a city like that, what was some childhood lessons that still strive with you guys today?
2 is always better than 1.
Absolutely,
That's for sure.
If one get ass whipping, the other one got to get ass whipping. So,
And our younger, we were in Buffalo, and like I said, it's anywhere. We were raised to fight together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If y'all go, it's gonna be 2 of y'all.
Yep.
2 ass whooping, or it's gonna be 2 niggas whooping somebody ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were that kind. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time we was probably in the 7th, 8th grade, because we had just moved near the Lanefield Projects.
Mhm.
And we at the bus stop, and some sneaky stuff happened.
Yeah.
Dude tried dang,
Yeah.
and then we just got to fight. You know what I'm saying? They knew.
So you touch one, you got to fight both.
Yeah, he knew that. He knew they had to fight both of us, and since he knew, it was no problem for us. Like, you gonna get whatever you gonna get from both of
Did
them.
people provoke y'all just because they knew?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Mhm.
We never had a problem with females,
Okay.
and they knew that. You know what I'm saying? So it was always kind of like that thing when we was younger. Like, man, I want to slap one of them boys.
So in high school, you guys play sports?
Yeah.
Which one was the athlete?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
What sport exactly did you play and did you play?
So I played football.
Okay.
McKinley, Mac High.
What about you?
I play basketball.
Okay, you play basketball.
And we both made our high school team.
Okay. All right.
That's I tell people all the time, if you ain't play for your high school,
Yeah.
your grammar school team,
I play football too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause people say they be playing AAU, but you paid for that.
Right. Definitely playing for
Yeah,
it.
you paid for it.
You paid for it.
Yeah, no, we made the teams.
That's good.
Yeah.
So in football, Dame. So I got a fun fact. So in football, I know you play football, right?
Absolutely.
You did, right? So cool. So you scored a touchdown before?
Absolutely.
You did?
Yeah.
What was the story with that touchdown that you scored?
Which one? I mean, so the one that I went in. I know if you talking about the one I think
That's the
you're
one
talking
I'm talking about.
about. I high stepped in,
Yeah.
and the dude clocked me.
Yeah.
When I got in. So at that, I mean, we was winning. We
Yeah.
was winning big time, and it was I think it was a reverse.
Mm-hmm.
I got the reverse. Went on in there, but I went in high stepping.
You started doing the Heisman.
Started doing the Heisman.
I
As
would
soon
love
as
to see
crossed
that.
it, this dude clocked me, and my coach just went off on me. But yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that was
I would love to see that. Yeah, man. Because
Somebody got that tape too.
hey,
Somebody
I
got
would
it.
love to see that. I know people was ready to jump on them for you.
Oh yeah. That was a beautiful. moment for me.
That's good. That's good, man. What about you, man? What was your experience playing basketball?
Oh man, a losing team.
Mhm.
Yeah, we was a small team, losing team. But I always had. I just, when it comes to playing anything,
Mhm.
it's only two reasons you play. You play to play, or you play to win.
Yeah.
So I don't do nothing to lose, right?
Exactly.
But that particular year, especially that senior year, I just played to play
Mhm.
because we ain't have a good team.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I even though there was opportunities to win and we won a couple of games, but the camaraderie that I had with the other players, man, it was just a lot of love, and having an opportunity to have fun doing the thing
Mhm.
was why I played sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I played sports because it was fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the 80s and 90s, man, wasn't nobody thinking about the league.
Yeah.
We was
yeah.
not thinking about going pro. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
just wanted to play.
So it was more just like just go out there and play. So you like, I know at least for me, because I used to run track and swim. So a little unorthodox for a young black man, but so and for me it was like I just loved to compete, like, and I just loved to win. Like I really didn't even care to really play on a team or whatever it was. I just wanted to compete. I just loved the thrill. Obviously, given my story, so I just love the thrill of racing. You guys think of that like the thrill to win or just like pursuing something, you think that translated towards like what you guys do now, obviously.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, those attributes, those those reflexes and stuff that you get from sports. I mean, anybody that really embodies sports, it transcends into business. It transcends to other relationships. Because those things are needed. I mean, in a world of if we just talk about capitalism, right? You need some of that bravado, some of that thing, right?
Yeah.
And then when you start talking about business, oh my goodness, you need all of that. You need all of that. And so, sports, it plays a big role in business.
Yeah, it helps sculpt you. It teaches you a lot. It gives you a lot of integrity.
Yeah.
Especially football. That's one thing I played since I was 6, and it taught me a lot of lessons. It taught me how to be consistent. It taught me how to be a man a lot too, because it was things that you just got to go through and deal with: losing, winning, hurting yourself, working out, staying consistent. So it does kind of sculpt you. Yeah. And even talking about sculpting yourself. I know just knowing you guys and growing and being around you, feel like I grew up around you guys. And I know a lot of stories you guys told me. And I know you guys' mother was a hairdresser, right?
Right.
So when you guys were young, maybe high school or whatever, did you guys kind of already know what your future would be or what you wanted to do? From your mother being a hairdresser and seeing that, does that have like an effect on who you guys wanted to be? Or was there ever something else that you wanted to be first?
Well, it definitely had a big impact on us because we were literally in the mix of why she was learning and growing her business, and then she trained us on how to cut hair. So it definitely impacted us, and it became like a option. It was like one of the top options. Y'all go to college, do your thing, but this is an option.
Okay.
So it was always there. And so when we went off to college, it was still there. It was always, you could do that too.
Just kind of hovering.
Yeah. It was always, and it wasn't like some bottom option. It was always a top.
Yeah. Because it had to work. It helped raise you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you gotta respect it. Yeah.
And then we went to a vocational high school. So and I think a lot of people don't understand. So vocational high school, we went to McKinley High School, and they had different trades. So it was carpentry, plumbing, sheet metal technology, some type of electrical, and some type of drawing thing. And so we was already from young people to high school, we was working with our hands.
Okay.
When we was very young, we used to fix bikes and all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff, and then spray paint and all
Okay.
that stuff. And then when we got to high school, we took a vocation, which was we took sheet metal technologies, basically doing the duct work.
Okay.
Right? So we would fabricate duct work. We would draw the plans and then fabricate it. And so we were used to working with our hands. So by the time barbering and all that stuff came in play, we was already working with our hands. And then seeing our mother do it, it was always the option. It was never like barbering was a bottom thing for us.
Right.
But, of course, in the 90s, man, y'all gotta understand, college became very popular.
Yeah.
Especially, you got,
Different
School
Worlds.
Days, Different World.
Yeah.
The Cosby Show.
Because people were wearing like HBCU sweaters,
Yeah,
like
right.
it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
'cause- and I learned that from just watching. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm watching the Cosbys, I'm watching a Different World. I'm even watching Fresh Prince, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they wearing it like it's Gucci.
Yeah.
And
It was Gucci.
I know, and that's
We
like, I would love to be a part of that era.
couldn't
And
wait.
he was determined.
I was determined
to
to
go to
go.
a black college.
That,
You know what I'm
determined.
saying? So if we talk about our mom's influence, then we talk about just culturally the influence. It was almost like a no-brainer once stuff started unfolding itself.
Yeah.
But did we know it was gonna be barbering? Not so much like at about 1920, it started coming around right at 1920, that first year of college.
So I kind of asked too, because I know even when I was like younger, I always had that kind of entrepreneurial thing. So I consider that education. Was there like other things that y'all maybe that wasn't barring but got involved in?
Oh, yeah.
Selling computer parts, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
Yeah. We did every little hustle you could
We
think
stole
of.
Yeah.
papers. We stole bikes, stripped them down, spray painted them.
Yeah.
We I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I worked at KFC.
Yeah.
We did whatever little hustle.
And then
we
when
could do.
them later years in high school, we started getting into T-shirt making.
Yeah.
So we started making. He would do the drawing on T-shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we started toying with doing T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we got to our freshman year of college, we started investing in T-shirts, like
Okay.
making T-shirts. That's where Blackness had came from.
Yeah.
We had created this.
That's where this jacket
whole-
come
yeah,
from.
That
Yeah,
whole,
yeah.
that whole,
Yeah, everything.
that whole ideal concept of putting your art on a T-shirt or on print
Yeah.
came from that.
So
yeah.
I always get curious about this type of question too, because everybody always wants to know. But like, definitely now it's like this. It's definitely like a movement, hustle culture. I got to do this shit because I got to make all this money and become a millionaire. Was that kind of like, what was that type of mindset when it came to your relationship with money back then?
No, it was all about creating.
It was everything was about being creative and being free.
So there wasn't like a societal pressure when it came to I got to make this money.
Because it was nothing like cool about it. Really, it wasn't a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as, and we didn't have the same technology and exposure.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like if you did it, you had to want to do it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like
It
everybody.
wasn't
was
no
doing
pressure
it.
to do
Yeah.
it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Everybody wasn't doing it. So cutting hair, everybody wasn't cutting hair.
Yeah.
Man, when we decided to cut hair, they was like, man, you ain't gonna. I dropped out of college, so
Yeah.
they're like, damn, you gonna drop out of college and cut hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, watch me.
And they're probably thinking like, the haircuts are like $5. Like, why you think you can make it? Like,
Right.
you know?
Man, it was all of that.
Yeah.
It was all of that.
Yeah.
And once again, there's the
Nothing-
way we communicated was like you got to actually either call them on the phone and find out what's going on, or you got to go see them.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like I knew what people were doing in New York. I mean, so I'm in Buffalo, so I'm not in New York. So I'm not in Atlanta, so I'm not there. I don't know what's happening. So barbering is not like something that's
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I just want to do it.
So what
I
made
love
you
it.
kind of, because that's like a frowned upon thing, drop out of college. Like,
Yeah.
because I know you stayed and you dropped out. What was that like? Kind of
Yeah.
like,
Two different experiences.
Yeah.
I went to a predominantly white college,
okay.
Alfred University. I was on a academic scholarship for minorities, right? And so I got there. My roommate was somebody that I played basketball with in high school, and he the first semester he drops out.
Yeah.
So I'm in the goddamn dorm room, only black person in the dorm room now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
Man, I do weird shit. I get a tattoo with these white boys, and I'm cutting their hair, cutting hair, and I'm working a lacrosse game.
Yeah.
I like, man, this ain't gonna be no whole 4 years of this shit.
That's a good reason to
I
leave.
dropped out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't having a black experience.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was only
Yeah.
one black fraternity
Yeah.
on the campus. I was like, I don't want to be on that fraternity.
Yeah.
I ain't have no choices. And so yeah, man. So that's what happened. I didn't have the same experience.
Yeah.
Culturally, I wasn't having the experience.
Yeah.
I was in college,
Yeah.
but I wasn't having the same cultural experience.
And that's very important.
Yeah.
Hence to you, Damien, going to Johnson C. Smith. Shout out to Johnson C.
JC.
Smith. And I know that you enjoyed your time.
Man, I had a ball.
So it was complete opposite, right?
Totally.
So I would love to know your experience and when you got here, what year, and how was that experience for you?
So when I got here in '91, man, the world started to open up for me. You know what I'm saying? Being from Buffalo and then moving to Charlotte to go to school. Charlotte wasn't Charlotte what it is today, but it still was. It was up and coming. So I could see growth just watching the city itself. And then you add the black experience that I was having at Johnson C. Smith, meeting all these people from all over the world and starting to see that, we're not that different. And there were people who I was in an environment who wanted more. And they wanted education. They wanted they wanted to have careers. They wanted to, so you're around all these great minds and people who look like you, but they're from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So it just started to, ignite my mind and start seeing things there. I'm cutting people hair from LA. And I'm lacing them.
So you were cutting in the school?
Oh yeah. I cut from the day I walked on campus, I was cutting hair.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing that. I'm cutting hair, I'm meeting people, I'm being exposed to so much and I'm seeing how it's much bigger than Buffalo. It's much bigger than, these four walls. The world started to open up, and the things that I had learned from Buffalo, even from cutting hair, had gave me value. Like I was valued at the school. Like, yo, that's the guy from Buffalo. He cut hair.
Okay.
So at
get
that
that.
time when you guys
And
were
New York was hot. Sorry, but
No,
in
you
New
good.
York was hot
Yeah.
down south. Like I remember, like even when I was young, like being from New York was like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Down south, everybody New York music was good, the clothes was good. Everybody wanted to be from New York. So on top of that, being a barber from New York, I know it was just like, yo, go
He's
to him.
attraction.
He's a barber
yeah.
from New York.
Oh yeah.
And cutting hair in Johnson C. Smith, like I know that it was a different experience for you because what you said, to go back to what you were saying, you guys didn't have Instagram. You didn't know exactly what was going on
No.
when you got to a place.
No, you don't know.
So like today, you go on Instagram, you see what the place is like. Okay, I kind of know what I'm going to, where I'm stepping into. Here it's just like a blast. Like
Hey man, you are literally discovering. Like
Yeah.
you guys can look on your phone and discover from there.
right.
There ain't no discovering.
It
like
takes
that.
your experience.
You
It takes
gotta-
away the
You have
experience.
to go there
Yeah.
to discover it. And every moment is a new discovery.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's no prepping you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's unfortunately we missing a lot of that in today's society.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it kind of robs you of just that newness and discovery.
Yeah,
And
because you get that dopamine hit. Like you look LA, I can go here, and eat
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
I already
yeah.
got my itinerary.
Right.
You don't get to go somewhere and just be like, I'm gonna try this.
It makes you have expectations.
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
From wanting to experience, you go from wanting to experience to expecting something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And that takes a lot from you. So cutting hair in school, what was the moment when you guys were like, I know you finished college. What was the moment how did that transfer from when you finished? What was your major?
I was marketing major.
Marketing major. So how was that transformation? Okay, now I'm done with college. I'm cutting in school. Now I'm done with school. All right, so now we going into the barber phase now?
Yeah, I was in the barber phase. So I'm in college. So, you can get caught up with what your peers are doing.
Yeah.
Everybody's, they out doing job interviews and they're doing, whatever. They're searching for jobs. And, my senior year, I'm like, I did some job interviews and with some banks and stuff like that. And this one guy interviewed me. He was a frat brother, older guy. And I did the interview. So in the interview, they ask you all these questions about what's your plans for your future.
Yeah.
And I kept talking about barbering. I kept talking about, you know what, I'm going to open up a barbershop. And this guy literally didn't hire me because my excitement was more about barbering than it was about the
It was
job.
oozing. It was
And,
good.
and so when I didn't get the job, because he was a frat brother, I called him. I said, "Yo, why didn't I get hired?"
Yeah.
He said, "Man, listen, don't waste your time. Go after your dream."
Wow. That's major.
And so that kind of clicked. And then, I'm about to graduate. I hit my brother. I said, "Yo, man, Charlotte let's do it here. Let's try to do it here."
So you were still away, like y'all were separate.
Yeah,
we're separate.
yeah.
We
Okay.
was 4 years separated.
Did you guys feel the distance? No, I'm just joking. Because you're twins.
Nah, there is a real.
No, that's a real thing.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
difference.
man. Twins are a very unique siblings. Those are
Yeah.
different types of siblings. So that 4-year gap, we were having 2 different experiences. I'm at home or I'm in New York anyhow.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, when a person from Buffalo say New York, New Yorkers say that ain't New York. Nigga, that's New York. But anyhow, I'm in Buffalo, right? And he's in Charlotte. And I dropped out. So I'm cutting hair. I'm
Full-time.
already professional.
Yeah.
I'm cutting hair full time.
You got a license out there too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
our first license is in New York State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So first license out there, I'm cutting hair and I'm full time.
Yeah.
I'm making far more money than he is. And but money made in Buffalo is not spent the same way. You know what I'm saying? It was like I had money, but I didn't realize, really what I had. And it was opportunities there that I was not necessarily ready for. The owner of the shop there, who's my mentor even to this day, he was in the real estate. He owned the barbershop that I worked in, and he was trying to turn me on, but I just couldn't see it in Buffalo.
Got
Yeah.
you.
And so when Dan graduated from,
Is it because things was just like life is just so much faster up north?
well, it was that little gritty, grimy stuff.
Yeah.
That, you hear about, places in New York State.
Yeah.
Buffalo had that.
Got you.
That griminess, that Wu-Tang,
Yeah.
that right
Yeah.
there, whatever that feeling is.
Yeah.
We had that kind of feeling there.
That Griselda.
Yeah, with today Griselda. Shout out.
Shout out.
Anyhow. But so when I came and visit Charlotte, coming to homecomings and stuff like that, I said, they're different. You know what I'm saying? So by the time he graduated, he said he was not coming back to Buffalo. I said, well, I'm coming to Charlotte.
Okay.
And we got it on here.
So you said you were in a shop and the owner was your mentor, right? So when you guys got down here, I've heard great stories about you guys' mentor down here, Mr. Gordon.
Yeah.
And this is the first time you two guys work in the shop together
Yes.
Yeah.
officially.
Yeah.
And Mr. Gordon, okay. What year was that? And I know this right here is what spiked is kind of what took everything on. So I want to go right there and start there. Not too many people know about Mr. Gordon. Well, a lot of people know about Mr. Gordon. Let me correct that. But not too many people know this is one of the first shops that you guys worked in together.
It was the first
And
shop.
it's officially the first shop.
And let me throw out there, Mr. J, his name is George Johnson, is the first shop I worked at.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to George Johnson.
And he had multiple shops.
Okay.
And he was not a barber.
Wow.
And so
What was he?
in
Just
the real estate.
real estate,
Entrepreneur, real estate, he was a landlord.
Okay.
But he believed that, giving young, particularly black men, opportunities in a barbershop would save their lives. And so that was a very important experience for me because I shared it with Dane. When Dane would come home during his holiday breaks, he'll be at the shop with me. We didn't work together, but he would be at the shop. He'd see me working in his barbershop. And so that was the first seed planted in me. Dane got partial of that. He didn't get it fully till he got with Gordon here in Charlotte.
So Gordon so I'm a junior in college when I started working at Gordon's Barbershop.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So you're doing school and that.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to school full time, and when I'm not at school, I'm at the barbershop.
Yeah.
So I meet Mr. Gordon. He hires me. We're working on Central Avenue, the old fuel station.
The old fuel pizza?
The fuel
that
pizza.
was the
Wow,
shop.
that's
Wow.
legendary. That's legendary.
That's the shop on Central and Pecan. 4 barbers in there back to back.
And this is
Damn near-
2000, 1990.
No.
No,
This
This
is
is 97.
This is 93.
No.
Oh,
we
that's
still
way
we
back.
still in the 90s.
Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah.
slow
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
We'll
I ain't
get
even
to
thought
the
yet.
2000s in a minute.
Yeah. This 93,
Yeah.
94.
Yeah.
When I started with Gordon.
Okay.
So I'm working with Gordon. I'm in school full time, but working with him part time, learning Charlotte. you know, he's from Philly.
Yeah.
So he got that Philly swag. He a hustler. I mean, when I say hustler, he's a grinder. He's an entrepreneur. Never cut hair a day in his life.
Wow.
But let me stop lying. Gordon was so gangster. If a barber wasn't there, he would act like he was a barber till a barber got there. Like say you see a walk-in come in.
Yeah.
Your barbers ain't in yet. Gordon gonna and lace you up, put the cape on you. He might even put the first line in.
Really?
Until the barber came in.
Yo, that is
Wow.
gangster.
Hey.
He can't cut no hair.
But that is very
But
strategic.
Gordon was a very shrewd and focused businessman, and he was in the real estate also.
Got you.
So he was in the real
Wow.
estate. He was buying houses. He ended up opening up a real estate company, and he, just like Mr. J, he was adamant about his barbers owning real estate.
That's crazy because it's a hell of a coincidence that you in New York, you in Charlotte,
Yep.
but you guys find two similar black older guys that has the same type of
Crazy.
grind.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Imagine-
I'm just finding that out.
This now, you know.
and now you guys are kind of
Yeah.
the next people.
So these guys were in. So they not quite 40. So
They
they
was in their
not
40s.
They're probably in their 40s at
Early
that
40s.
time. At that time, I'm just because now they both in their 70s.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And George Johnson's birthday is today. He's 72. Happy birthday, Jay.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Yeah.
Full
Whoa.
circle.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that to your point, that ain't nothing, man. You can't make that up.
Nah, that's some
you
that's some
can't.
higher
That-
power
that was-
deception.
That's a full circle. It was meant to be.
Yes.
You can't keep asking about that. That's what it was going to be.
Yeah.
What was okay? So when you're in the barbershop, what pushed you guys from Mr. Gordon's to say, okay, let's take a different route? What was that moment where it said, okay? Because I know if I'm thinking what kind of guy he probably was a free spirited guy. Like go for your dreams, which is kind of why you guys are like that too with us and your company. Any ideas I ever had to get to you guys or things I want to try, y'all guys have never been like, no, don't do it. It's like, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. If you got a logo, go for it. You actually are one of the only corporate businesses that I know that you can work within and still promote your own logo, your own brand.
Yeah.
People not doing that.
Yeah.
It's either their brand or nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big thing too. And I want to give you guys your flowers for that. So what was the moment from leaving? Well, when you guys decided to leave Gordon, like what made you guys say, okay, let's go and create our own thing?
Well, that was always the goal. When we talked to Gordon long before even Jay had got down here, he knew that was a goal of ours. When I graduated from college,
Yeah.
I said, you know, I'm going to be an owner.
Yeah.
That is the goal. And my brother's going to move down here. We're going to work together. We'll help you build your thing.
Yeah.
We're going to build it. But ultimately, we're going to move into our own situation.
And to kind of add to that point too, because I know this is something I wonder being from the younger generation, but what was your mindset? Like we were talking about the hustle, I'm trying to get some money, I want to build something to be creative. What was kind of like your mindset? Because I know me and Jay talked about this in the past, but talking about how I just did it. It wasn't like a bunch of thoughts and feelings and how am I going to think about this, you know?
Yeah.
So
the mindset is stay focused.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have the distractions that y'all have.
Yeah.
Like we
can
couldn't
believe
jump on
that.
we couldn't jump on the cell phone and see what
Yeah.
what Ray them doing. But I don't know what Ray them doing.
And you guys didn't have so what's going on with society now is like you're seeing other people doing better, and it's just so much pressure because you guys didn't have a scale of what somebody else was doing better. You
Yeah.
had the scale
You
of
were
what
the
was in
scale.
front of you.
We did not even have these.
Yeah.
shit's
These
crazy.
didn't even exist.
Wow. That's
Imagine it, y'all lose your mind.
Yeah.
These did not exist.
I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
'Cause
No, me
I
too.
feel like you
You in your mind. That's all you're in is here.
This
Yeah.
is the movie. This is the movie.
You're creating the movie here.
Yeah. And so when Gordon, when I got here, you know, I was coming from a more established shop owner.
Okay.
He had multiple shops and all that stuff right there. So by the time I get to Charlotte, Gordon had moved from a fuel station, and he moved about 4 storefronts up.
Okay.
So now he's on Thomas.
Okay.
So he was on
Pecan.
and Central. And he moved from one stoplight to the other stoplight. He was at Thomas and Central.
Wow.
And so I get there, it's a bigger shop. He got barbers, he got stylists. And my thing is, if I'm gonna be a part of your thing, I want to help it grow.
Yeah.
So we wasn't like man, when I hear people talking about, barbershops and the death of the barbershop and shops versus sweeps. I'm like, man, this shit is retarded, man.
You ain't lying.
There's no way I go into somebody's business and think about not being a part of it while I'm there.
While you're there.
Doing my very best. Man, they couldn't say we didn't own the shop. Every shop I worked at, it was only 2 before NoGrease. They thought I was either the son of the owner or the owner.
Yeah. And that's crazy because I remember you guys always saying that because it's a lot of things because I'm kind of like a dinosaur a little bit in the company, but I'm still young because I came in here about 2014.
Yeah.
So it's also good though because I'm still young and I got to experience a lot of things. And one thing that you guys always said was, and I tell Jaffe this, you're supposed to, the clients should look at you and they should wonder if if they don't ask you, they should at least wonder, are you the owner?
Hey, I one of my proudest moments is when I go in the shop and nobody knows who I am, but they look at y'all like y'all the owners. And it's a humbling but a proud moment.
Yeah.
Like I'm being sunned by my sons.
And I remember in 2014, it was like I was only there for probably like 6 months, and I went to the food court, and the guys somebody down there was like, "Hey, you own that shop?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't own the shop." And then I go back upstairs, and I go to you, and you might not remember. And I was like, "Dang, they were down there asking me to own the shop." He said, "What'd you say?" And I said, "No." He said, "Why you ain't say yeah?" I was like, I don't know. I'm like 24. He's like, "No, you should have said. There's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that." I was like, "Wow, okay, these guys really want you,
You gotta be
to
it now,
succeed."
man.
Yeah.
Be it right now.
So when I tell Jaffe when we're in the shop, I'm like, listen, and write me if I'm wrong, but I always say you should carry yourself like these guys right behind you. Like,
Oh, you do say
I don't
that.
like when the owners walk in the shop and personality change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why are you doing it now?
Yeah.
And it goes a long way with what you guys saying. Like if you are that without you guys being there, you never have to practice or you never have to work on turn it on. You are that, and you will transform into that.
Yeah.
But we had the attitude like I'm practicing on the owner's dime.
Mm,
I was
yes.
like, man, y'all let us open, close.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they put up the money. So I'm like, man, at least I can act like I care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
and I always thought that it took, and you guys remember I was in barber school. I was kind of careless, but I know by the time I got to the shop, especially watching how Shad operate, because I didn't think he was the owner. Obviously, I knew you guys were, but I was like, yo, this man takes this shit so serious, and it definitely rubbed off on me because I was childish, and I think what you were saying, like the biggest thing is you're getting to play on somebody else's dime. You're in $1 million barbershop and he just gave you the key.
Yeah.
He's saying open it, make sure everything is fine. Like why wouldn't you put your best foot forward? But a lot of people don't recognize the opportunity.
But so think about that. Chick-fil-A do it all the time.
All the
They
time.
let these kids run $1 million businesses.
Yep.
Right? And for whatever reason, the propaganda, the brainwashing, whatever they done did, I don't know if it's the cow or what, right? These kids go in there and they run that business. Maybe one older manager in there, but the rest is kids.
Yeah.
Where we got in our communities, we got barbershop salons, whatever we got, right? And for whatever reason, we won't let these young folks go in there and run the business. And yeah, we got to mature and all that stuff right there. Yeah, we got to be part of the mentoring and the training. But that's how these businesses become multi-billion-dollar businesses with young people.
Absolutely.
And that was and not to drag it out, but that's the other thing is like, we get access to them. We talked about this the other week. Like we could call you and you'll pick up.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand how somebody would probably pay you to ask, how do I open a shop? How do I do X, Y, and Z? Where should I put my money? We were talking about the house. Like that's money. That's time that people would pay for. And then I'm not saying whoever, but whatever. Barbers, students, whoever is in your vicinity, like squander that moment and like don't realize like how valuable it is that like they're telling you what to do. It's not like I saw it on a video, I saw it on YouTube. No, they're telling you what I exactly did this. If you do that, you'll succeed. And then it's like there's no question, but obviously, of course.
Yeah, that's the beauty about, systems, right? Most systems have a definite end. Like, if I do this right here, this is the end. And me and Dane talk about this, man. We just like, yo, if a person come to our shop, and it ain't to slight any other shop, because I don't know what other shops really got going on. But it's not a person that we put in our system. If you do this, that, and the other, you're gonna be fine. It's just we did it with hundreds.
It's this simple. The system works if you work the system.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You get
that's
what
like
you put in.
Yeah.
100%.
And so, so back to, that transition from Gordon to our own shop, when we actually made the decision, like, this is our time.
Yeah.
We had bought our house. We had, by way of Gordon, we had bought our house. We had been in our house for a minute, and it was just that time. You know what I'm saying? I had did 3 years ago. I had 3 years with Mr. J, came to Charlotte, did 3 years with Gordon. And it was like, Gordon had maxed out what the vision could be at his shop. I mean, all his chairs was filled. I mean, his son worked at the shop. It was really we had to get out the way anyhow. It's time to get out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was time for us to start really materializing our dream for the shop, right? Because a lot of people, when they open up businesses, it was about just opening up the business, but we had this other idea about what barbering could look like. And so it was just time for us to do it. And Gordon was not that type of owner that was trying to, handcuff you to his shop. You know what I'm saying? We actually, once we had found a location on Sharon Amity, we got the lease and we got it signed and all that great stuff right there. We ran out of money to open up the shop. And or even more so, we didn't have the money to open up the shop, not fully. And Gordon was the first person that, said, like, what's going on? Why ain't the shop, why y'all not moving forward? And we told him we didn't have the money. He said, y'all bought the house, right? We said, yeah. He said, the money is in the house. He didn't understand what equity was, but, him and his wife, shout out to Wanda. They walked us through how to get the equity out the house, and we got about a little over $30,000 out the house to open up our first NoGrease location.
Shout out to buying a house.
Yeah.
You guys influenced
for
me and
real.
Jeffrey to buy houses.
Yeah.
We just bought houses.
Homeowners, look at y'all.
Yeah, we just bought houses. I
Homeowners.
closed December. Jeffrey closed in October.
Yeah.
And a lot of 90% of the motivation came from you guys. That was always the thing that you guys told us to do.
Yeah.
So you guys open your first shop. Was it a bank? A bank turned into a shop. That's which is now the school.
Yeah.
Wow, full circle. You guys' life is really a full circle.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part, like, when you guys first opened? Like, what was the first part, like the hardest part of the early grind?
The early grind, funny enough, Jay gets in a car accident, like
30 days.
30 days before we open up. And it's a major car accident. He partially amputated his foot. So now, we didn't have a plan to, like, go in there with a big crew. It was me and him. And so
From the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Okay.
Because we didn't when we left Gordon's, we didn't want to separate because we had influence on barbers over there, but we didn't want them coming with us. So it was just gonna be me and him, and we was gonna build from there. So that was probably the first major hurdle that we had to kind of deal with, was him being in the accident. We starting up the shop. He's literally on crutches, cutting in pain, and we got the doors open.
How many
Hey,
chairs
boy.
you guys got?
And
That's
at
crazy.
that time we
We
had,
had 10. Well, when he brought 8 chairs, we brought 8.
yeah, I think we had 8 chairs in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it
And
was
what
just
what
me
was
and him.
just for the sake of viewer, what was like the startup cost at that time? Because this was way back, 97.
Yeah, this
Now I'm right, 97.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
probably
$50 grand,
about probably $50,000.
and that's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, about $50,000, and that was, we had to do an upfit. We had to do a full upfit. Upfit meaning we had to do the
Plumbing, electrical, painting.
electrical, chairs, equipment, all that stuff right there. But we squeezed it in that $50,000 budget, right? Back in the early back in the 90s, man, you could put some damn paper up on the wall and just start doing work, bootleg, right? But
Fake it till you make it.
No permits,
no permits, nothing, right?
Yeah.
And so, some of that, we had some of that, but we did have contractors in there. They came in and did the work, got it done. But so health is wealth, right? So health is wealth. So the first hurdle was a health scare. So here's a quick story. Right before we opened up June 24th. But right before then, I go to Bike Week in Myrtle Beach. I go to Black Bike Week in Myrtle Beach, and so
And it was popping back then.
And so y'all gotta understand, like, from where I'm from, that's not a thing.
Mhm.
I ain't never heard of no black
Yeah,
bike.
because you got Black Bike Week and you still got Freaknik too down there.
I knew about
That's-
Freaknik.
Yeah.
That's a Freaknik version of the beach.
I
Yeah.
bypassed Freaknik.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know what that is.
Yeah.
I know what Bike Week was. So Memorial Day weekend, I worked that Saturday, and I get off early enough to head to Myrtle Beach from Charlotte, right? And so I leave about probably, I don't know, about 6, 7 o'clock or something like that. But I didn't understand what Bike Week really was.
Mhm.
You know, what was normal. I forgot what the time to get from here to Myrtle Beach. What is it?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
2 hours.
About two and a half.
Okay, so let's say
Give or
two and a
take.
half.
Mhm.
So during Bike Week, it's 4 to 5 hours
Uh-huh.
to get there because of the traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't understand that. So I go there and I get in this traffic and I get out there and I'm meeting this girl out there. Shout out to her, still love her. Thank you.
Shout out.
You know, because she was a great friend. But I goes out there and it is like Babylon,
Yeah.
right? Everything is happening.
Mm.
And I'm like, you know, I'm just a little dude from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like, I don't quite remember ever this. And once again, we ain't got technology. I never saw this in person.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm kind of scared of this.
Yeah.
It's too much action.
Yeah.
It's too much action. I said, you know what? I'm going to head back.
Yeah.
So I, in my youth, I'm 24 years old, in my youth, and I'm like, you know what? I can make it back home. And so it's probably about 4:30 in the morning. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna make it back home because I gotta open up a business. I go back. I hit the road by 6 o'clock. I'm in the emergency room. I fall asleep at the wheel. I hit a tree.
Wow.
And I had just had I got a brand new '97 Expedition. I hadn't had the car but probably 2-3 months. I totaled that car.
Jeez.
Totaled that car, and the way I hit the tree, that engine got up under me and it caught my foot, and it knocked that foot off. And so, but anyway, that was a month before we opened up, and they was able to snap that foot and sew it back together and put me in a boot. That thing was mangled though, and I was working with this man, and I was in torture. I was in pain.
Yeah.
Cause
These
that
boys
foot-
got no
yeah,
idea.
That foot was supposed to be
Because
up.
barbing's all about standing.
Yeah, that foot was supposed to be up
God.
Yeah.
all day, every
Yeah.
day.
And then
when
you
it
can't
comes
move.
down,
You're sitting on pressure.
Yeah, when it comes down, I cut from a stool. But my toes was big as, man, listen, they was
So that's
swole.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but because of my own foolish mistake, I felt some type of way with my brother opening up when we were supposed to open up together and him being there by himself. And I felt guilty, and I went to work anyhow.
So you guys find a way to get the money, find out the equities in your house. First of all, you didn't have it, then you figured out how to get it. Then once you do get it, you get a health scare to where like you almost lose your life damn near.
Absolutely.
And this thing's about to open up in 30 days. And it's only 2 of you guys, but you guys got 10 chairs?
Yeah.
How do you guys, and I think people need to hear this part, like, so what kept you guys from quitting in the beginning like that?
So we definitely was on our faith tip heavily, you know, and we still are, but we were really, you know, in a praying situation. Our mother was a prayer. You know, we had, you know, a church family at that time, you know, University Park, shout out to University Park. People was praying for us, man, and we were just, you know, we were just focused. Again, man, I can't tell y'all, man, when you don't have as many distractions and you can kind of focus and you can listen to the quietness, and then you got the support of the people that love you, and you got that type of stuff going on, you can make it through a whole lot, man. You can make it through a lot.
And I think that's a big thing that you guys say that, because I think whenever it comes to seeing how big it is now, they think the way that it started was this like, you know, crazy thing, but it really started, I hate it's a cliche, but it started from nothing.
Nothing, bro.
And 2 guys, some faith, then one's leg tore up, the other one, that's a miracle that it like it opened.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and we'll kind of move you along in the story. So you got that support, and you're just going day by day, by day, and then things are starting to open up.
And you're not doing it for the money.
Yeah, and money was never something that
It's
we
the
were so
vision.
focused on. We was
Yeah.
never focused on money.
Yeah.
And it's like when we hear it, that's why it's kind of hard to have certain conversations, because if the money is your motivation, then that's gonna be fleeting. That's gonna be going. But ours was really, man, about building something great and being creative and having fun. Really, we were having fun too. We was enjoying that process. And so, just staying at it, man. And then things just opened up. People were starting to come into your life. You starting to meet people. We met Charlie shortly after. I mean, it was
Shout out
less
to
than
Charlie.
less than a year after we had opened up. We meet Charlie. And meeting Charlie was the opportunity for Jay to go have his surgery.
Yeah,
Because it was just me. It was me. And we had hired a couple of young barbers.
Now, mind you, we 24, and we talking about we had young barbers.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that makes sense to me because I'm older than him, but I do know when I was growing up, people that was 25 were way more mature.
Yeah. It's different,
Way
different,
more
yeah,
mature.
it's different.
Even when you listen to the music.
Oh, man.
Like I'm gonna use Biggie for reference. Like the whole time I'm listening to Biggie as a child, I thought this man was about 35 years
We
old.
was the same
And
age.
died at 24.
Yeah,
The-
same
but the
age.
words and the way these guys and experiences, man, it was just way more mature. I feel like now
Absolutely.
the world allows you to be a kid for too long.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Immaturity has become normal. Like it's normal to be immature at 30 now.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case back
See,
then.
and I think it's big that y'all are saying your age because I'm 24, he's 36,
We 53.
and you're 53. So I think it shows like the progression, but how much like your age is so insignificant.
It is.
insignificant.
And so age is like right now today, we are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all understand? We having the same experience right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I have prior experiences that I can pull from? Yes. But we are having the same experience right now.
Absolutely.
And to that question about how did we, man, listen, if it was not for God, like, and it's like, I don't want to get religious, but you gotta understand, it's something more powerful.
Oh, absolutely.
than
Oh, yeah,
yourself
you gotta call
to
it.
get through that.
Mhm. Yeah.
We had opportunities to fold.
Right.
Like, we could have folded and said, you know what, this shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah, you gotta call it, man.
Yeah, this ain't gonna
Somebody's watching.
Yeah.
Somebody's
and so
watching.
when you have, and so we had enough experiences of that already in Buffalo, though.
Yeah.
We was already being prepped for these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? I had disappointments. I've been hurt before. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to kind of go through that thing right there, man.
Yeah.
It was a quote that I just recently got, man, and the quote says, "I have something more important than courage. I have patience. I will become what I am." And so
That's a bomb right there.
yeah.
That's a
That's a
bomb.
Michael Jordan quote.
Okay.
And me and Dane trying to figure out when the hell did he have that epiphany,
Yeah.
right? So not knowing that I have far more than courage. Courage is something that y'all think y'all see. Like, courage. Man, that ain't it. We patient. We pay. We like, yeah, okay, yeah. Broke foot, just open up, just sit in it, just wait, wait, and then bow, it happens. And then you just keep repeating it, right? Because stuff gonna happen. You're gonna get married, you're gonna have kids, you might get divorced. If stuff happens, be patient. Be patient. Because you will become who I am.
Sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can kind of jump a little bit, further in the story, and
Yeah.
I know it's probably one of the questions we got, but depending on where this question evolves from. But what would you say outside of the starting was the next hardest position that you guys were put in when building NoGrease?
It got to be the partnerships with barbers. Yeah. We mentioned Charlie coming on, and Charlie came on in 98, 99? 98?
98.
98. Charlie came in
A year later after you guys
Yes,
opened.
yeah.
Really, almost
Okay.
less than a year.
Okay.
Yep. And he got there right on time because I needed surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next step was partnerships, right? Because we opened up our second shop in 99, right? 2000?
It was 2001.
2001.
So real quick, Bo, before you say about the second shop, what? Because a lot of people just open up a shop.
yeah.
Where did the idea of you guys saying we want more than one shop? Was it from the guy that in Buffalo that you mentioned? You said he had multiple shops.
Yeah.
Could it have been from that, or what was it?
Combination.
Those are seedlings, man. Those are those
Yeah.
seeds, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like first of all, it's two of us.
Because you've seen somebody own multiple
I've
shops.
seen somebody
Not
own
that many
multiple
people see
shops.
people own multiple
Yeah,
shops.
and then you got to know, man. Lions need their own jungle. You know what I'm saying? Even though they can be together for a while, at some point in time they're gonna need their own little jungle to conquer. So
Absolutely.
we knew at some point in time, and we had those 4 years of separation. So we knew, like, yeah, but I love you, but I like to do stuff this way. You know what I'm saying? And so we knew it was gonna be eventually we needed that space. So, but
and yeah, I did my business plan was in college, and it was all about expanding. It was always about growing something, big. It was always about that. So,
Especially you being a marketing major.
so it was always part of the plan. So we was always thinking multiple shops.
And tell them too how you, because I remember you saying this a while back, but about writing things down.
Yeah, journaling, man, was something that we both picked up. But journaling, man, writing, I look at some of my journals now from 30 years ago. It's like, I can't even believe I was writing those things, 30 years ago. Some of those things have come to pass. Some of the things have changed. But to journal things and to really hold yourself accountable to the things that you are creating, right? And they say your future is anything that you write or you speak. That's your future. And so I was writing my future down for 30 years. And so then that came to doing a research paper on marketing in the barber industry, looking at the market for what it was. There was no black franchise barbershops. There was no barbershops that really was doing multiple shops.
Yeah.
So we saw that as an opportunity.
So from the beginning, it was go big or go home.
yeah.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, and y'all gotta understand.
I love
I was
that.
always like, I can go back to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
Go big or
Back
go
to-
home. And y'all ain't going back to
Yeah.
Rough Buff.
Either,
We ain't going
you
to
only,
rough,
you only play the game for two reasons: play to play or play to win.
Play to
We were
win.
doing both.
Yeah.
Yep. And so our next biggest hurdle was partnerships.
Okay.
Getting
Let's get into
barbers
that.
together,
The
man.
buy-in.
Okay.
Getting the buy-in. So you got one level of buying in, right? So most shops and businesses, especially, I'll be specific to barbershops.
Okay.
You got a shop owner, and then you got a team or barbers that work with you.
Okay.
Trying to get barbers to work with you, you talking about creatives. People that got their own creation. They're all artists.
And they're all opportunities too.
And they all think they're entrepreneurs, they all think they're bosses. So to get them to first buy in just to work with you,
Yeah.
right? That was that part.
And quick thing, was it booth rent or were you doing
That
the?
time,
we
at
opened
that
up
time,
a
it was
booth
booth
rent.
rent.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
we on booth rent right now.
Yeah, we're on
Okay.
booth rent,
Okay.
right? And so when we was, y'all gotta imagine, man, when I first got in the shop in 92, I think booth rent was maybe $110.
Okay.
Right?
A week?
A week. Yeah.
92,
In
booth rent
92. So whoever
$110.
listening to this, and if your booth rent is 100 anything,
You winning.
it's like putting a candle to a light switch.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I get in the game, it's about $110. When I moved to Charlotte, Gordon was at what?
Probably 125, 130.
120, 125. When we opened up, we was 150, right? And that was like, what?
Yeah.
$150?
Because you got to think about the times. Money was different, so 150 might have sounded like 250.
It did.
Haircuts was 8, 12, $15.
Exactly.
$12,
So they doing the
$15.
math in their head like,
But
I
we
got to
was looking at
cut.
our bills. I wasn't looking at what nobody else had going on.
Yeah.
My bills.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, I based my booth rent on the bills we had going.
Yeah.
And so we open up, we at 150, and you got to get these barbers to buy in. Our first couple of barbers were young dudes out of school. We had Big John.
Big John.
Big John was who was older than us. Big John was either in his late 30s or 40s when we met Big John.
And
We
you're
were 24.
We're
24.
Yeah, so Big John, they thought Big John was the owner. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? He was like our big unc back then.
Yeah.
So Big John had some young barbers with us, but it wasn't until Charlie got with us that Charlie was the gel. He was the glue in between us and the barbers, right? He was a veteran barber from Savannah, and he was a great barber. And so Charlie would sit in with me and Dame and listen to what we got on, but Charlie could basically he could articulate it the way they can receive it,
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying.
right?
I
And
know
so,
exactly what you're saying.
because even though we were young, me and Dame thought like business people. Like,
Yeah.
we were young dudes that thought like business people. I didn't think like just a barber.
Relations.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, we
And you guys are from up north too.
and we was
that
from
part
up north,
too.
and
Yeah.
all the barbers was from down south.
Exactly.
All of them was down.
So that's a
Charlie from
small
down
gap
south,
right there.
They was down, and Charlie was bridging that gap
Yeah.
for us. And so the partnership was getting a lot more. It was more tangible with Charlie being in place.
Gotcha.
Right? Because Charlie the way his spirit is, the way his personality is, Charlie could play that position better than anybody. Like, I don't have to be the twins. I could just be Charlie, and I let the twins be the twins. I'll be Charlie, and I'll talk to these barbers for y'all.
Yeah.
And that was very important for our partnerships.
Yes, sir.
Very important. And so when we first tried to put our first little investment group together, it was Charlie and 3 other.
Yeah, Mike, Big John, and Dre.
Dre. Yeah. So it was these guys that put up X amount of dollars and was gonna open up the next shop. And that was big, man. Like, people talk about like, yo, just come together. It ain't that simple.
No, shit.
It
Yeah, we
ain't that
tell 'em.
simple.
It's not, because especially with barbers, man, like
Just to get the damn
man.
camera.
Yeah.
Golly.
I mean, it's like I said, barbers are opportunists, and it's hard to find those barbers like Charlie that are not all about self genuinely.
Yeah.
Not just for the time being. Because everybody feel like, oh, I'm for the team when we first get here, and then years go down the road, and now it's all about me. I see it all the time. And it's important to have a team where everybody knows what role to play.
Yeah.
You know, even though everybody's going to eat at the same table, you play that role, you play that role.
Absolutely.
Everybody can't be in front of the camera. Everybody can't be the mediator. And that's how you work. And less people in your group is more.
Yeah.
And I think I learned that early on, even with the whole like social media thing that we kind of started doing at the shop. I was like, I know they're not really gonna listen to me. I just know it.
Yeah.
And it not listen to me in that way, but I was like, man, if I get Shad on board, I know that Shad is more of the leader. You know what I mean? So they'll respect it more rather than this little kid trying to tell him.
I had my times because like I said, I came in early at 23, turning 24. And then I got into the lead role like around 26, 27. And I had my times too where like, oh man, how do I tell this 40-year-old guy? You know what I'm saying? So I did have times like talking to Jay and Dane, like, how do I articulate myself where like he don't feel disrespected, because I am the lead, but he's like 10, 15 years older than me. So that was one of my early struggles in being a lead, like how to make sure I mastered it now. But I was going through it though. Like there's times barbers are coming there, the clients are coming there, and I've been in here the longest. I am the lead. They walk smash past me like, oh, he just started. He young as hell. Hey, let me go to him real quick. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I've been here for 8 years. So it's just like one of them things you just gotta kind of just know, like that's not bad for people to see you as a owner or as a lead, and you're actually not the lead, or you're actually not the owner.
And
Like,
so these partnerships, right? And y'all understand, y'all said this, and I heard y'all say it a lot because it's just part of y'all vocabulary. We say this thing lead, right?
yeah.
And other shops, I don't know what they call them, right?
Yeah.
They call them the shop manager or something like
Yeah.
that. And one of our partnership with our crew is first as a barber, as a person that we want to partner with you as a barber, right? So what you bring to the table is that you want to cut hair. Whether you can cut hair or not is to be told by the client, right? So you want to cut hair, and we said, well, we're going to partner with you because you want to cut hair, and you want to cut hair with us. So that's our first partnership.
Yep.
Trying to develop that person to be the best person that cuts hair within our system. That's that partnership.
Right.
The second partnership is leadership, right? So now we got past, you can cut hair, you got a little clientele, now you're willing to take on some responsibility. There's another level of partnership with us, is leadership, right? So then you become a lead. After that, our next thing with our partners is you need to make an investment, i.e. open. House is the first one. I would rather it be a house, right? Because I know that goes way beyond us. That I'm like, yo, you set your family up for something good.
It sets a foundation.
Yeah, but it's still a partnership.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because I'm like, yo, I partnered with a guy that was a barber, that was a lead. Now he's a homeowner, which is an investment, right? It's a business, it's an investment. And so I feel like I'm still a part of the partnership. So partnerships in this industry it's on different levels.
Mm-hmm.
It's different levels to the partnership. But we learned that over time.
Okay.
We learned it over time, man, because it was hard getting these dudes to know, like, yo, we in business together. Whether I was booth rent or not. I was like, yo, we in, because oftentimes on a booth rent shop, they don't realize this a partnership, bro.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, bro,
They feel like it's a suite without walls.
yeah, I'm like, bro. That's
That's what it is. I come when I come, and I leave when I leave.
No.
And I think that's why it's harder to scale a business when you on booth rent, because for one, you don't have a point of sales.
Yeah.
You don't have a point of sales. Like, I don't care what you say, you don't have a point of sales if you're doing booth rent, because it's the same, you're getting the same profit from these guys every week. So it's, what's your point of sales? It's not really growing unless you're cutting way more hair or selling way more products. And this is probably a controversial thing, but I feel like, you know, commission is smarter. And it works better for a person that's trying to grow their business and scale their business the right way, whether it's being in a salon, whether it's being, whether it's cutting hair, whatever it is. I feel like commission is better because it allows the owner to actually grow, because without commission, the barbers are the only ones growing.
And then I want you first, because I know for the audience that you're growing, they gotta really understand who's sitting in front of them,
Yeah, absolutely.
right? Because
Break it down.
They get mixed up, right? So Dane, first, do the quote. The gentleman that talks about who he debates. Or what's the quote?
John Herrick said he only debates his equals. All else he teaches.
Right.
And
So,
so which part was you gonna go at?
because I wanted to make sure before we jump in this, like,
Yeah.
we're not debating people
Yeah.
about
It's not a
what's
debate.
better. It's, because we did 10 years
On booth rent.
on booth rent.
10
That's
years.
us as the owners.
10
We're
years.
owners.
Not the 7 years that we did when
As
we worked
barbers.
as barbers.
You understand this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years.
So we did 10 years as owners,
7 years.
7
as
years
barbers.
as barbers.
That's 17
on
years.
booth rent. We were on booth rent for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then we charged booth rent as owners for 10 years. That's 17 years sculpting it, digging it, dissecting it,
Mm-hmm.
everything. And then we went to commission.
So commission, the commission system and the structure. So the difference between booth rent and commission, from an ownership standpoint, you know, you don't see the true picture of your business from booth rent. You don't see the true picture of your business on booth rent. Meaning, if you got 10 barbers and you're making $100 from each one of the barbers on booth rent, that's what?
$1,000.
$1,000. But that's not the true picture of what that business is actually bringing in.
Exactly.
You could have 10 barbers bringing in, one could be bringing in 50,000, one could be bringing in 100,000, another can be bringing in 10,000. And you gotta add all those numbers up and say, yo, this business actually grosses
Yeah.
this number.
From what all the barbers
From
are
what
actually
all the
getting.
barbers
That's
are
the true
getting.
picture.
So now when you start talking about scaling, or you talking about banks,
And leverage.
resources,
Mm-hmm.
or investors, that big number makes sense to them. But that $100,
That rent,
Can't do nothing
yeah,
with
you
that.
can't move on and
that
get
ain't gonna
another.
make no sense to nobody that's thinking of investing
Yeah,
or growing.
you can't go to a bank and say
can't
this
do
what
that.
this what my barbershop on rent
Right.
is doing.
We
took it, we getting 150 per chair, we got all our chairs.
Yeah.
They said, and?
Yo, that's
They said, and?
Yeah.
That was like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
It's a bad business
Because
model.
essentially to them, you got 10 chairs, you got 10 booth rents, but you got 10 people giving you IOUs.
Yeah.
Everybody just get IOU. It's
Yeah.
not certain.
it's
Not
no
only
secret.
that, what comes through the door?
Yeah. What do you who? Yeah, I get it. I get it.
even just hearing that sounds stressful.
So, you know,
Yeah.
when you're going through that whole rigor mortis of trying to, and we didn't have any examples. We didn't have anyone that was doing it outside of maybe some super cut.
Great clips or
great
something like that,
clips.
but you guys
But we
are.
didn't have access to them to
Yeah.
give, let me see your books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What do I go off?
Where-
of?
where-
What's
where
the
to go?
blueprint?
We had to, it was all trial and error for us.
Yeah, you guys are the blueprint.
Yeah, so we had to kind of create this on the run, like, and we lost a lot of people. A lot of people didn't believe in it.
Yeah.
They thought we got crazy. We're like, yo, man, this is what it is. Again, we were playing to play, and we was playing to win. And that's what we were doing.
So that, like, because I always find this interesting, like in that mindset of when people were like falling off, like this seems like you guys are full of shit, trying to make all this extra money. But for you, it was this makes business sense.
That's it.
Like, how did that affect you, like emotionally though? On that level, you were like, damn, these like.
It was discouraging, right? So we was in the testing, right? So again, no social media like this. Like we're calling up other barber owners. Yo, man, let's have a meeting. 10 of the top shops in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Call the owners. Let's meet at a restaurant. And let's
Like a
just-
coalition.
Like a coalition. Let's just talk business.
Yeah.
Like we'll tell y'all what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can tell us what you're doing. And at that time, $150 was like the highest booth rent in the city.
Yeah.
So we were still like the sharps in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like, our booth rent was the highest. So it's like, it ain't like we trying to dumb it down. We telling y'all what we're doing.
If you smart, if people were smart enough, instead of getting jealous of like, man, they charging this, I don't know how he think. Because I'm pretty sure you had owners like, I don't know what make y'all think y'all good enough to charge that. They should be like, hey, how can we all charge that so nobody got nowhere to go?
Yeah.
And that's great, man. I mean, it's gonna be people that y'all gonna really be helping with this. The thing about there's no one way to do a thing, right? I think that why we could not get other people to see anything other than what it was, because traditionally that's what we were doing in this area. It was we was charging booth rent, and a lot of the owners, they have a heart of the barber.
Yeah.
So you talking about the emotions of losing people. They have the heart of the barber. That means they want to see the barber win, right? And it's, if the streets told the NoGrease story, they say we stealing, we taking, right? That's the story,
Yeah.
right? But how can we take, right? There's no way you can be in business almost 30 years taking from people.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yeah.
we don't take from people, but
Clip that.
most people have, when they become shop owners, they saying they want to see the barber win, and they don't want to take nothing from them. So they say that commission is taking from them. The problem, or what's problematic is, if as an owner, if you're not giving them what a commission shop should be giving them, then yes, you are taking. Most of our barbers, they don't come with a full deck of customers.
Yeah.
So we're putting bodies in the chair. That's
9 times out of 10 they come with none.
That's 9 times out of 9 times. To be
Yeah,
honest.
actually.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you got it, you're not coming. You already.
You're not
opened up
coming
a
there.
shop. You already. If you got your clientele, which a lot of people do, but most people don't. You already got your clientele. You don't need a platform like NoGrease.
Exactly.
Right? A platform like NoGrease, it's like, man, back in the day, people used to play in Rutgers Park, right? Play basketball in Rutgers Park. And they was so popular, and they was getting so much street money, they didn't need the NBA. They didn't need the NBA. The NBA was like, man, I make my money on the street, boom, boom, boom. So the NBA was for people that wasn't successful at Rutgers Park. But Rutgers Park didn't have the disciplines. They didn't have the refs. The people that go to the NBA, they used to have refs and disciplines and different things. That's the play with
And
no
security.
Yeah, the security, right? We got a scoreboard.
Yep.
We keeping stats, right? See, that's the difference with us. Like,
We gonna
we got
promote
all
for
that.
you.
We got stats. We
Yeah.
got refs. We got
the
uniforms,
hot towels, we got
uniforms.
everything you need.
So if you are a Rutgers Park type of barber, then my platform is not for you. So we shouldn't be debating about commission
Yeah.
versus, because my thing ain't even for you.
Yeah.
It's for the kid that had to get built up. And
Yeah.
now he in the league, but now if he come and playing work, he's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Man, who built that dude? Oh, he got built at NoGrease. He can come in your little shop and run that
Yeah.
shop.
Because a lot of people don't know, but a lot of shops in North Carolina, the owners come from NoGrease.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
I
I ain't trying to toot the horn, but if you do your research, a lot of the successful shops in Charlotte, the owners most likely worked at NoGrease, worked with somebody from NoGrease, or came from NoGrease. The school or the shop, either one.
Yeah, that's facts. You know what I'm saying? But back to that whole thing about and I probably missed the question. You had asked it.
No, I think you answered it.
Jaffe. But back to just dealing with. Damn, I lost my thought. That's that 53 right there.
Well, we was talking about converting from booth rent to commission, right? And then so you guys, you convert from booth rent to commission. A lot of people leave. A lot of people leave. Of course they're gonna leave. Everybody probably ran.
Yeah. Probably 80%.
About 75%. And so you know, man, it's so funny. I got so many stories, right?
Hey, go.
Yo, man,
Let's go.
We at I think shop number 3 at this time. We got the highest booth rent, boom, boom, blah, blah, blah. I think we got up to about 200 at this time. Did we get up to 200 yet?
200 what?
And booth rent before we
Oh yeah,
switched.
definitely.
Cause y'all understand, we started at 150. We ended up before we stopped. We was at
225.
225.
Okay.
Before we stopped.
Okay.
But so we got about 3 shops at the time. Boom, boom. One shop got 16 chairs in it. Cause y'all understand.
Golly.
Not 16.
And
I
I
want
bet.
y'all to understand this. In order for a booth rent shop to make money, they gotta have booths.
Yeah, hella
Right?
chairs.
Yeah.
So
Hella
the more
chairs.
booths, the more money the
Yeah.
owner can make.
Yeah.
So
The only space they didn't have a chair was the
when
bathroom.
you guys were up to that location, were you guys still behind the chair?
yeah. We behind
See,
the chair.
I think that's a big thing because a lot of
behind
people.
the chair, up in man, shit, we behind the chair.
Well,
While
and
all
I
this is
really-
growing, you guys are still in the
behind the
field,
chair.
behind the chair. You guys have not took off the cleats
income
yet.
is behind the chair.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think that's a big point because a lot of people want to build this business in that social media era. They want to build this business up so they can step away, and this shit just makes $1 billion. So that's a key thing that you guys already had 3 locations, and you're still operating as if you're one of the whole.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One shop 16, one got 12, the other one got 10. I think that one had 10. Right? So you got all these barbers, right? But we said, you know, Mr. Dudley, right?
Joe Dudley.
Joe Dudley, who started Dudley Products. We met Dudley some years before, and then we had a moment with Dudley where we just trying to get advice about how we keep growing.
Okay.
And the statement was, you know, I mean, I see what you guys are doing. This is Mr. Dudley. I'm paraphrasing. I see what you guys are doing. Y'all doing great. What system or what structure are y'all? Are you guys commission or are you salary? And we're like, oh man, we ain't neither one. We booth rent. He said, yeah, y'all ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
And he walked off.
The booth rent is
Damn.
salary.
Huh?
Booth rent is salary damn near.
No.
You talking about what the barbers are on?
What is our infrastructure?
What's
as
our
a business?
infrastructure?
Okay.
Are we commission?
Okay. Oh.
Right? Are we? Is our shop a commission-based
Yeah.
business structure,
Yeah.
or are we a salary? That means we pay a salary.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
To the
okay,
barbers.
okay, I got you.
Okay. Got you.
We were neither one of them.
We were neither one of them.
It
Yeah.
was booth rent.
Oh, so he's like, oh, these guys.
He
playing.
said, y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all ain't gonna make it. This is Joe Dudley, Mr. Dudley, Dudley Products. We had an opportunity to sit at an OG's foot and ask him questions. And we told him what our goals and our plans was to open up multiple shops. He said, one question. He said, what are y'all? He said, what is your business structure? Either A, is it salary, or are you commission? We said, we're neither one of those. We're booth rent. He said, well, you'll never make it like that.
And why was his? I know you guys know the answer, but why was his saying? Why did he say that?
Because he knew that system is not scalable.
It's not scalable.
Not scalable. There you go. Not scalable.
It's not scalable.
And this was, I don't know, 20 years ago. This is an OG. This is a man that had been in the business forever, who became a millionaire selling products in the hair industry. We had an opportunity to ask him a question. He didn't. He just told us what it was.
He had no dog in the fight. He shared what he shared, and the what's problematic with young people is when somebody that ain't, they just telling you what
What it is.
it is.
You hate.
And you get
Now
offended.
you hate. You hate.
You
now.
try to shoot their idea down.
It's like, oh, he's a dream killer.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's a hater. You know, and so you know, if people know me at the school, I rarely like to go in the classroom because I'm a dream killer. Like I'm like, that shit ain't it. That's not
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I leave room for new things and new ideals, but certain stuff is just what it is. And what he told us is what it was. You're not gonna grow, not what y'all told me y'all want to do. Y'all want all these shops, this, that, and the other one. He said, you're not gonna be able to do it that way. He walked away.
And he wasn't hating because he's not even in your field.
He did not debate us. He told us and left.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So that's when you
And you
guys.
changed it.
Took us
Did
a
you
little
change it
while.
immediately
No,
after
it took
that?
us a little while because we was in denial.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
we
guys-
thought he was a hater.
Yeah, because I like how you saying the emotion because it humanizes y'all because you're not out of reach.
He's like, no,
And then you
what do you
think
know?
he-
He old.
We got 3 shots.
That's what I was about to say. You guys
Yeah.
got 3 shops. You like, shit, it's
Yeah,
been
what
working
we
this
doing.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing. We got it. Thank
So
you.
when did it click? When you was like,
2 or 3
wait.
years is like we kept bumping our head, like, yo, we cannot grow this thing like this.
Yeah.
Like, to grow.
What were you guys looking at exactly to make you say, okay, this shit's not working?
What now? So y'all understand? We got 16 barbers in one shop,
Yeah.
12 in the other one, and then 10 in the other one. Right? We over 30 people, only 3 shops. Right? And anytime a barber felt like, we go up $5 on booth rent, they was jumping ship anyhow. So how do you keep duplicating that with that type of
Yeah,
mentality?
it's too much.
So it's too much work on that.
Yeah, it's
end.
too much work.
And we were not yet really on the farming yet of students. We wasn't quite farming our talent yet.
Got you.
Right.
Oh,
We
got
wasn't
you.
farming like we needed.
Yeah.
And the big key is the dollars wasn't adding up.
No.
Yeah.
The work that we were putting in did not equate to the profit.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't never make sense when it don't equate with it.
It wasn't adding up. It just wasn't adding up that way. So it was like we got to look at this differently.
We took so it was me, you, and I won't say everybody's name, but was that still five of us at the time? It was still 5 of us at the time with the 3 shops. So what we was able to do was we was able to break us up, like said. So we had 2 at one, 2 at the other. I think I was at the school at the time. Was the school there? Yet?
School wasn't
even there yet. So we just had
So we don't have the school yet.
yeah. And so we
So each of y'all manage each
we kind of
spot.
spread out, and so we say, yo, let's go to Vegas. So we go to Vegas and we talk about it and say, yo, man, this is where we going. Like, this ain't gonna work. We need to change our model. And we had got a lot of information from different resources that were just sharing with us what was happening at these. Actually, it was white salons. The white salons was doing commission. We heard about the great clipses and all that stuff right there, and we was just taking all of it and we was saying, but how does it work for people like us? Because y'all understand, man, everything that happens in this world is not for everybody, not the same exact way.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a different kind of mentality.
Yep.
And so we had to take different things that work and try to make it work for us. And so we had went to Vegas, and I remember, man, we went to a fight, all that stuff right there. And when we came back home, we said, man, we gonna switch it, or we gonna just stay at one shop. Like, we closed the shop down, man, because we knew we could lose all the barbers.
Yeah.
And so we got back from Vegas. We started putting our plan together. How do we present this to the barbers, right? Because they on booth rent, and
This is the part I want to hear.
So they were on booth rent, but a lot of people don't understand their numbers.
Okay.
Right. So even though they was paying us our booth rent, more than half of them didn't know how much money they made.
Yeah.
So everybody, y'all gotta understand, it's crazy. This many years later, everybody magic number was, I make what a week?
$1,000 a week.
1,000, and they still on it. Yeah.
Ain't that crazy, man?
Yeah.
That was like 18
I want at
years
least
ago.
1,000
18 years ago.
at least.
So,
That's a lot of money back then, though.
but it was. But so that was the
Damn near a
number
lot
that was
now.
thrown at us. So every barber said they made 1,000, right? So mind you, our booth rent, let's just take a round number, it's $200. So what percent of 200 is of 1,000, right? So $200 is 20%, right? So that means that every barber had to been on 80-20, right? But we didn't know their numbers, right? We didn't know their numbers. Everybody just said, yeah, I do 1,000, I do 1,000, I do 1,000. I'm like, nigga, you don't do 1,000. I know you don't do 1,000.
And remember, we're still cutting the barbershop.
I'm with y'all.
He got me about 600-700.
So we had to do like a 90-day probation.
90-day probation.
Get the real
To
numbers.
get the real numbers.
Wow.
So what do
They
y'all
still
do?
all agreed to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 90-day probation, how does that go?
So basically, we put them on what they said. They said they was making $1,000. Our booth rent, we had to match our booth rent at least.
Yeah.
Because our blueprint was going up to $200 anyway.
So it's like we had to match our booth rent.
And that number didn't come out right
So
then.
The ones, only a couple of them made $1,000. That means that I got 200, they got 800, right? Now, because I'm talking about the gross,
Yeah.
right? So 800, 200, right? Some of them wasn't cracking 500, 600, and so you gotta understand 20% of that.
Yeah,
is
it
less than
smoked
my
them.
booth rent.
Yeah.
So the only clause was that I can't make less than my booth rent for them 90 days. And then we had to reset what you said you was doing. You're not doing that on a regular.
Got you.
And so once they knew their number, because they didn't even know their number,
Nah.
they jumped ship.
Now the reality.
The reality kicked in.
So it wasn't even really the commission. It was like, I'm just not who I thought I was.
Exactly.
And they were embarrassed and
That's
ran.
what commission always does.
Exposed. Systems
Because the numbers don't lie.
Systems will expose you.
Commission,
It
that's
will.
all it is. Commission will expose you.
That it will, and I when I realized that my personal experience nothing like you guys, but I realized that when I first left Carolina Place Mall, and I decided to go to Concord, and I realized like, yeah, the system will expose because I got there, no clientele, left everybody in Pineville, and like my first week, I'm going nuts in there, like I'm going crazy. But the thing is, I ain't nobody. It's what they're leaving on the floor.
Yeah, I remember you told me
They're
that.
leaving it on the floor. I'm cutting 120 in 1 week, and I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
But there's all new barbers in here. But the system started exposing who was lazy, who wasn't cutting it. There's no reason. It's extra stuff. It's extra people around here, and you know what I'm saying. And somebody should not be able to come in your shop randomly and put up a crazy number without no clientele. That means y'all not doing your job. There's no way y'all doing your job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So barbers and people in the creative arts, period, like to be delusional.
Yeah.
They don't want real numbers. They don't
Yeah.
want to know the real.
Yeah.
They want to stay delusional.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They
'Cause it's
want
fair.
They want to think I'm a $100,000 barber.
Mm-hmm.
They want it in their mind. It's like when you go to the ballpark and nobody's keeping score, you want to feel like you scored 30 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
In your mind, everybody watching said, "Boy, you only scored 3
You
points."
ain't put up nothing. And that's a big thing though, because pride and confidence is a big part of being a barber. Confidence is a big part of being a barber.
Yeah, ego.
Like when I first left my shop, I had a lot of clientele. And real talk, it was the first time I was like, oh shit, I'm about to see if I am who I think I am. Cause it's sometimes it could be a facade. Like if you are who you are, what I mean by that, it doesn't mean like every time you leave your clients go everywhere with you. But if you are who you think you are, your integrity and your confidence and your consistency, you should be able to rebuild that, no matter where they put you. And that was the first time I realized, like, oh God, I could duplicate if I go, within their system still. If I go over here, I can duplicate it again. It might take time and patience, like you said, but you can duplicate it again if you are who you said you was.
Listen, that quote comes back. I have something more important than courage. I have patience.
Yeah,
I will become who I am.
yeah, absolutely.
And see, the I am is a whole nother thing, right? That's a whole nother thing that be a whole nother type of comment.
Yeah,
When you had, and sometimes without even, we got courage, but we don't know we need something more important than courage, which is patience. When you went to that other shop, you was courageous, but then you said, I got to be patient though. You know what I'm saying? And they made it sweet for you though. You didn't have to wait that long.
Yeah.
But because you had the courage, and more importantly, you were being patient, or you trusted us
Yeah.
enough to go over there. You trusted
Absolutely.
us, and then boom, you will become who I am. That's we cannot deny. Man, there's nobody that's ever worked with NoGrease. We could never deny who they were. It just some of them found out they wasn't shit. They found it out.
Yeah.
I didn't deny you either way. You could have been great, or you could be nothing.
And I think
That's
I
what it
even
is.
experienced that being especially young, because I came 22 as well. And like I remember working next to Shad, and my only thought was like, because I was like the type of guy to write down my numbers I was doing in my apartment or some of the people I brought.
Yeah.
I was doing like 17, 18. I was proud of those numbers. And then I got to the shop and I was like, God, I hit 18, 20, and then I got to 30. I was like, God, fuck, tired. This shit's awful. And he's just all damn day. Like, and I remember one time I was and I thought I was fast at the school, right? And I never claimed to be fast, but in my mind, you know, I'm gonna tell myself some shit too. And I was like, this motherfucker just cut 3 people. I'm still on this one dude. I was like, oh, these dudes cut hair different. But then I think by nature, I just automatically was gravitated to Shad because like this, he lives everything he talks. He just keeps going.
I feel like one thing is like I take pride in like if you put somebody next to me, I feel like they're gonna automatically be better than what they were because what I heard from OG, you know, everybody's a copycat, but you got to copy the right cat, right? So when I went into the shop, my thing was, who's the lead in here? Tim. Oh, I'm gonna do everything that whatever he doing, it got him to where he's at. So you got to copy those traits, and then if you are really doing good by everybody in here or want people to succeed, the person next to you should become either the duplicate of you or a better version than you. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's become that been next to me has either, you know, succeeded past me or succeeded past where they were. And that's an important part to have if you're gonna run a company, to have a barber that you can, go next to him so he can grow. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a whole bunch of barbers that grow.
It. And I vividly remember when I got there.
Yeah.
I was like, as long as I ride his coattail, I'm gonna go somewhere quickly.
Yeah. And I told you everything I do.
Yo, he would tell me he'd do this. I'd see immediate change.
Because a lot of barbers
2 weeks
don't.
later.
Hey, I ain't gonna tell him what I ain't gonna really show. No, I'm gonna really show you exactly what I do. This shit is not for side because I know I can do it. I'm not scared to teach you what I do because I've been doing it. You ain't gonna stop it. So here, do it.
So and remember this: there's levels, right? There is no bad level.
Yeah, there's no bad
There's
level.
no bad level. It's just
No bad
understanding there are levels.
Yeah.
Like when you come into anything, you should understand, I'm at this level. Now, if I want to aspire or want to be at this next level or whatever that is, there's an opportunity for me to do that. And these are the requirements for me to do it. It's no different than any other industry.
Yeah.
Just remember that we're in an industry that chooses to be delusional.
She ain't lying.
Chooses. Keyword. Chooses.
Chooses.
We choose to be delusional because that is a comfort place for creatives. It's a very comfortable thing. When you are in the arts, and barbering is an artistic type of industry, you can just have fun and do it. But when you start saying business requires some structure and some system. And once these barbers understand that, man, there is no competition. There's nothing to even worry about because there's levels to it. And when I see barbers come into our shops at one level and they leave at another level, that's joy for us.
Absolutely.
And it's not a barber in our system that cannot match up with any barber in the world. It's just we're never somewhere thinking when our barbers leave us and going, we know that wherever they're going should be better because of them.
Yes, absolutely. That you ain't lying on that one because you should be able to duplicate whatever you had wherever you was at. And I feel like we had it so good at Carolina Place that you were like, shit, go to my shop that's giving me some struggles so they can see like what y'all got going over here. So take whatever. So even with like, okay, so within our company, like I feel like, you know, with people that want to help if you really want to help you guys out as a barber that's with you guys already, if you're loving where you're at and you're doing good and you're killing it and whatever, the real question for you guys should be like, hey, where do you guys need help at? What shop, or not necessarily help, but which shop would, if I went, I can make something better? I feel like that'll be the purest question that a barber can ask you if they really, really, really want to help. Like, hey, I got this over here. Where do you guys like need, like, what can I help at anywhere else? You know what I'm saying? If there's anywhere. It could be in here or it could be somewhere else.
You got to remember, man, what we are doing, it's definitely rare.
Yeah.
I think, Jaffe, you touched on it. Very seldom do people get to meet the owners of businesses like ours.
Yeah, they get to rub elbows. They shouldn't.
I mean, NoGrease has 14 locations.
Yes, sir. 14 locations in a school.
And so very rarely do you meet a guy that owns 14 McDonald's and you get to talk to him about McDonald's and how he became a franchise.
Don't even know what he looked like.
Right? So we are still, very tangible. to people. And so, you know, when we're talking with barbers, but you know, barbers are actually showing us who they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like very rarely, you know, do I get that question like, well, where can I help you at? Where can I, you know, that's not normal, and it's because it's culturally too a thing. I think, especially in the barber industry, and then you add color to it, right? So in the barber industry, period, it's very rare that the talent comes like, yo, where can I help the business grow? Boom, boom, because it's really selfish.
Yeah.
It's really selfish, and we kind of understand that because I'm sure I was somewhat selfish when I first got in the industry.
Yeah.
But where's the maturity at, right? Because at some point in time, that immature, that ego, which is nothing but the child you, right, needs to get put in check.
Absolutely.
As you mature, the child you, the ego, is supposed to get put in check, and then you should see some maturity. So a barber that 4 or 5 years, 4 or 5 months at a shop, if they're not going to a place like how can I be more valuable, more use, more service to this company or to this industry? If you don't get there, because man, you want to do a thing that you like first. Because if you like it long enough, you may start to love it. And if you love it long enough, you'll teach somebody else how to do it.
Oh God, there you go.
Right?
That's a bomb.
Right? You got to do a thing that you like, and if you do it long enough and like it long enough, you will begin to love it. But then you love it so much, then you say, I'm gonna show somebody else how to do it. And that's the stages. Man, I'm still trying to get these people to like it.
Yeah.
Because y'all gotta understand, man, there's a lot of people in the street that don't like it.
Yeah, and I think it goes to the other topic of we make it like, and I don't know if it's a cultural thing or the time, but everything is about money.
About money.
Yeah.
It ain't a cultural thing. It's American and it's a human thing, right? And it's a people that think from a place of poverty, of lack. Like when you think about lack, and then you think, oh, that's easy, right? Being a barber is easy. It can fill this void of my lack, but I don't like it, right? They do the same thing with sports. Man, we met NBA players that don't like playing basketball. They did it for the money. They'll tell you straight up, man, I can't do it. I ain't doing what LeBron do.
Yeah.
I don't love it like that.
Yeah.
I don't love it like that part.
So y'all thinking our industry, it's like it's not barbering only. It's a human experience thing, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, if you like it, you love it. If you love it, you'll teach somebody else how to do it.
Yep. And like you said, it's coming from a place of poverty or poor mindset. Like I was reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it says, one of the segments in there was like he took his son into the place and he said, we can't afford that. But then his other dad takes him and he said, instead of saying we can't afford it, let's figure out how to afford it. So when you start thinking about money or thinking about being a businessman or just in general, you got to get rid of that poor mindset, man. And it really is true that a lot of things you cannot learn unless you open a book. Like it's not going to work. You can't. So, you guys got 14 shops, all on commission. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys are the first Black franchise barbershop in America.
Yeah, I'm glad you went there. So the 14 shops, out of the 14 shops, we own six. Yeah. So
6.
we own 6, and the other 8 are franchises. So we went franchise in 2017.
Okay.
That was our 20th year anniversary, and we had went franchise.
Okay.
And franchise is another
Partnership.
It's
Yep.
another arm to our business. And that's when we said, okay, we built something that can be duplicated.
Yes, sir.
Now we can actually sell what we have built to someone outside of NoGrease, someone who doesn't even have to be a barber. The only thing they have to do is run the system.
You guys actually built your barbershop up and made it a product.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So explain just like real quick too, just for the viewers, like what that process looks like of being able to turn this business now into a franchise that somebody can just plug and play.
Yep. So in the beginning stages,
But start because y'all gotta understand in our industry, man, they don't know the difference between owning multiple shops and franchising. So I know. So when we always talk about the first Black franchise, they think we talking about a person with multiple shops.
Yeah.
So that's not what we are. We were multiple shops before we franchised, right? Franchising is actually being certified to sell the system or the brand, to lease it,
Got you.
right? So we can lease the brand legally, right? And the person rents it for however long the contract is. And we are the franchisor, they are the franchisee.
So that went like this. We had to sit down with lawyers and present to them our system and our structure, and had to be a proven system and structure. And at that time, I think we had 4 locations that were proven on this system. We present that to a legal group who then contractually put together your system in a contract so that you can then present it to the public to sell.
Wow, that's big. I don't even think a lot of people even know how to turn their business into a franchise, let
They don't
alone
know how to
do
open a
it.
business.
Yeah. I mean, that's major, man, because like I said, I think you guys are if not the first black franchisee barbershop. And that's major, man. Like I said, you guys are from Buffalo, and you're raised in Buffalo, but Charlotte
We grew up
watched
in
you. Charlotte watched you build it.
Oh yeah. Charlotte helped me with business, man.
Yeah.
Charlotte, man, a city like this that was growing and that was putting regulations and different things in place there where you just couldn't do underground work. You
Yeah.
had to do stuff above ground and you had to show paperwork. Charlotte trained us, man. You guys, man, Charlotte is full of.
Cause they ain't got, like, when it comes to like their business requirements, they strict as hell.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
But you
Period.
feel like because it was strict, it allowed you to build it to this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what
Absolutely.
made us start.
Get everything in
those
order.
disciplines
Yeah.
that we learned in Charlotte. Oh, well, let's look at franchising.
Yeah.
And let's go through all the red
Processes,
tape,
yeah.
the process that requires that. But Charlotte, North Carolina had taught us that.
Yeah.
With just getting our license and how you transfer your license, how you get that 1528. All that was just preparation for us to be who we are now.
Absolutely.
And so we can go in any state, whatever your policy, whatever your rules. Okay, cool. Give it to me. Let me read it. I've been doing this for 30 years. Thanks. Thanks, Charlotte. Charlotte prepared us for Georgia. Charlotte prepared us for Maryland. Charlotte prepared us for soon to be Houston and those things like that. That process that we learned here in Charlotte, North Carolina, prepared us for everything that we're doing now.
Absolutely.
So, like, what would be like the best advice that you can give someone who's trying to level up in ownership?
Education is going to be it. So when we say education, it means, more adult learning, like going out there seeking the education, whatever your field or whatever your interest is. Yes, you can go online and probably find a couple of people on social media to be a mentor, but you got to go out there and educate yourself on the very topic that you say that it is that you're trying to pursue.
Gotcha.
So education, pursuing, some type of mentorship. There's some person out there that is doing what you're doing that you can reach out to, sit at their feet. You don't always have to pay somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying? Find out what it is that person has done, learn from them. Those, to me, those are the cheat codes. Mentorship is a cheat code. Because that person has already done what you're trying to do. So I would say definitely the education, mentorship.
Yeah.
And well, just for him one more time, and then to you, what do you think is the biggest thing? Because a lot of people will look at you and be like, if I got to y'all's spot, I'm done.
Oh, nah.
What keeps you going to past this imaginary finish line?
Absolutely.
So we have a thing that we talk about all the time. We play the infinite game, not the finite game. This is the life game. So yes, I'm getting older, and I understand that I'm not who I was at 18, 19, 20, right? Who I am now is a better version of the 18, 19, 20. We learned how to transition from behind the chair to, the boardroom or the office and stuff like that. So now we're doing that. Now I'm gonna transition from the boardroom, from the office, probably to chairman, to where I'm helping CEOs or helping, other business owners just learn how to grow their businesses. So it's an infinite game.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that my goal is to die exhausted with nothing.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Wow.
Yeah.
What you got, Jay?
My advice is that, when you start talking about entrepreneurship or being in business, it's only really three main pockets, right? You got the market or the stocks, right? That's a great area if you're gonna get educated, right, and get mentorship. Real estate, that's a great business or thing to get into. Once again, educated, mentorship.
Yes, sir.
Last one is entrepreneurship or open up a business, because that one right there requires a lot more passion, right, for people. Because when you open up a brick and mortar business or a business, normally you're probably not doing the work or all the work. That means you got other people doing the work, and so you're gonna need a passion for people. But those are the three pockets of like investments. Like I got some stocks, right? I got some real estate, and then I own a business, right? It could be a smoothie king, it could be a barbershop, it could be whatever, right? But that business right there requires a little bit more of your time than real estate and stock. And so before I tell barbers to open up a barbershop, that's why I always say real estate. Like, because I understand that, everybody is really not an entrepreneur. You might be an investor, but you might not be a hands-on entrepreneur. You might want to stay away from opening up a business because it might not be really who you are. And so, man, being in business like the Hunger Games, man, you gotta know who you are in this bitch. Like, man, you might be out here, you might not supposed to be out here running around. You know what I'm saying? So you might not supposed to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So you need to know who you are in the Hunger Games, right? Because you choose open up a barbershop. You're like, man, you know what, man? You just like to put your money in things and let it grow.
Yeah.
You don't want to be worried about opening up stuff and closing it and doing meetings and all. That ain't your thing. And so,
That's important, though.
Yeah.
I don't want that to fly over people's head. Like, that is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
It
keep
could
going.
be IT, it could be anything.
Anything, right? One of the things that me, Dame, and Charlie was talking the other day, man, when we were 23, 24 years old, we knew who we were. Like, we knew what our gifts were. We wasn't trying to figure shit out. It wasn't like, man, I wasn't 24 years old talking about, man, I'm still going to NBA. I'm going to NBA? Ain't nobody, hold on,
I'm still trying to rap.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, at 24,
Focus.
we was so like, I'm
Locked
doing this.
in.
Couldn't nobody tell, man, listen, I draw and paint. Couldn't nobody have told me, yo, man, you need to be painting. Man, shut your ass up, man. I'm focused on cutting this hair and doing this right here. Man, today, man, I can have right now a barber, and I see all the talent in the world. And I'm like, boy, you're in your gift right there. And they'll say, man, I want to be on social media. I want to be what they call these kids that
Streamer?
A streamer. I want to be a streamer.
Dude, that's it.
And so they'll say it, and I'm like, I can't advise you on what that. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know what a streamer is. Right? So it's like when I see them doing their thing and they still ain't figured that out, like, because if you want to be a streamer, guess what you should be doing?
Streaming.
You shouldn't be over here talking about I'm a barber.
Look, these guys is they jacks of trades.
Yeah, and so you could
Good
be,
at a lot of things and a master at nothing.
that part right there, man. And I think, not to be like so old school, like you got to do one thing. I'm like, man, you got to master something. And if you're passionate about streaming, then do that now while you're young, right? Because you don't have the responsibilities, this and the other. So if you're passionate about streaming, just be a streamer. But the problem is you need money. Right? You need money. And you're like, well, I'm going to go hit these licks. I'm going to cut a couple heads, boom, boom, boom. But you shitting on the business, right? Because you come into business and you treat it like it ain't nothing. And you just like, you just take from it. And then you go over your streaming thing. And that's when you're really serious, right?
Yeah.
And so my advice really, like, you think about those different pockets, whether it's real estate, the market, or business. But business is not for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's important to know who you are before you buy a business.
Who you are, man.
Because, in this industry, I run into a lot of barbers, and their main goal is, I just want to open a barbershop one day. That might not be it for you, though. And it's okay. But that might not be your thing, man.
If they really sat in that, man, because, in this age, we don't sit in it. We don't sit in ourselves. We're not quiet long enough. There's so much noise going on. We're not quiet enough. And I don't know why people say I want to open it. Because you cut hair don't mean open up a shop.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Because I cut grass, that don't mean open up a lawn mowing service. Like, man, I ain't buying
And I think even just a little thing for the people that view, because we're gonna obviously clip all this stuff up. Like barbering can go even with this NoGrease 576 thing. Barbering can go into so many different directions. It's not just cut hair, open shop, cut hair. Like that's so like narrow, very linear. When you can, there's social. You can still be passionate about barbering, and that's what I think I learned the most last year was like. I knew barbering was the thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I've tried to pull away, and then I ended up going to school, and then I'm like, all right, whatever. This last year was the year I was like, I know this is what it is. There's nothing to think about. I'm not trying to figure shit out. It might not necessarily be open a shop. Now, do I think I would succeed opening a shop? I mean, I think I would succeed at anything I try hard enough at. But I think that people they put it in such a box. You could teach a course. You could help other people scale their business. You can get into consulting. You can get into marketing. I mean, there's 1,000 different ways that you can do business of barbering.
Yes.
And people get so caught up in just the linear path. Like other businesses do it. Like you don't just have to file taxes. You can file corporate tax. You can do this tax, that tax. Set up the LCs. There's in barbering, we always just stay in this one niche. And when of course, I'm a nerd about this stuff, but I look at all the microcosms of like different industries, and like barbering is the smallest one. And then it's like we'll do some videos or like a shop, and then we'll go back to videos, and then we'll go back to shop, and then maybe a hair care product, and then back to shop.
Man, y'all know we did fashion shows for 10 years.
I know that, and I remember that. And the only reason I know that because I'm probably like one of the last Mohicans. I've never been to one, but I was around the barbers that got to go. And people don't know about that. I do want to hear about that.
We was trying stuff. Y'all gotta understand, man. We was trying stuff, man. Man, we was literally was not doing it for the money.
I heard they was
We
amazing
were
though.
following our passions, things that excited us.
Yeah.
So I see you guys, the podcast is exciting y'all.
Yeah.
And y'all using this platform, you're taking what you've learned and experienced as a barber, and you transferred it to podcasting. And y'all excited about it, right? And that's gonna change even more. Y'all are gonna evolve. Y'all gonna open up other doors for the future, barbers that's coming after y'all. Because they're gonna be like, oh, podcast is an option. They say, well, ownership is an option. We got authors of books. Writing books is an option.
Right.
Creating a product is an option. There's so many options out there that you guys are gonna help the future of the industry. Yeah. Because they didn't know, like, oh man, I didn't know I could be a podcaster with barbering. I didn't know that. You have to be an example. So 10, 20 years from now, y'all be the OGs of podcasting. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gonna evolve this. And y'all ain't making no money right now.
Yeah.
But when y'all start making a few dollars, then it becomes a thing. Now, y'all
And like you said though, it's for the love right now. It's for the love. It's really not for the money right now because we ain't making none. But it's the love, the vision, the passion, to keep going. So whatever happens.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty, man.
And I think that's like, I know at least being in the shop for the past couple years, like to just be like relentlessly consistent and do as much volume as people can handle. And I definitely like I said, learned this last year. Like we all think we have this limit in our brain. But the brain wants you to be comfortable, but you really only at 50%.
Yeah.
And I think even with the videos, and like people be like, "How the fuck you post so many videos?" I'm like, "Oh, I realized I didn't have a limit. Like we can do podcasting too. This shit ain't nothing. Like we have so much time, and I think that's just the beautiful thing. And I learned the most from Shad is like, yo, you just keep showing up. Like you're not really that tired.
From you too, man.
Yeah. It's like I said, y'all gotta understand, man. Cats been telling, y'all need to do a podcast. Y'all need to do a podcast. Twins do a podcast. No, I'm gonna be a guest on somebody's podcast.
Yeah, you do it.
It's like,
You do
I got enough shit I got going on.
All the stuff, yeah.
Y'all do the podcast.
That's like us coming to y'all like, hey, you guys think you can set up a podcast for us?
No.
What?
Yeah.
I'll be a part of it. You do the work. Yeah.
And y'all gotta understand, at some point it's gonna once y'all figure out how to monetize, how to do this, we gonna be like, I wanna sponsor one of the things. Like, I wanna put my product on your product, whatever that looks like, right? But it's the same way when we were opening up shops. Nobody was like throwing no money at us and all. They watched us do the work first.
Absolutely.
They watched us put our money up, us do the work
Consistently.
Yeah.
for years.
And I think and like it always comes back to that buying a house. I think we talked about buying a house for so long, and then we actually did it, and then we're like, well, fuck, let's do a podcast. So like the time of execution for the house was maybe like 9 months, 12 months. the thought of doing the podcast and execution was like maybe like a month or two. We were like, fuck it, let's do it.
And that's how, because y'all stretching y'all faith, the way y'all believe, and then when you do stuff collectively, right? So y'all doing stuff as a more than two spirits, one or two people are working together, right?
Yeah.
There's only one spirit, but anyhow,
Yeah.
y'all working together, and y'all
Gotcha.
coming together with a collective thing.
Yeah.
And that takes work. Me and Dame have always done work together, and so that's a gift in itself. That's a partnership.
Yeah.
We get born in partnership, so
Yeah.
we know how to partner with people.
Yeah.
Born
You
in
know what I'm
it.
saying? A lot of people don't know how to partner with people. And so as y'all have these ideals, and once those ideals start to materialize, some stuff is happening faster because your belief is there. Man, you just and that's how we were. When we bought a house, we was like, man, what? Man, a barbershop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? We was cutting grass, getting the AC fixed at our house, like a barbershop. You got dudes that try to open up a barbershop ain't even got an apartment. Y'all hear
Trust me, I talked to them on the phone.
Yeah.
They'll tell me in a second, man. I got a suite. I got you. You got a suite.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's not a barbershop. Right? And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You just need to know the difference.
Need to know the difference.
And so, like I said, y'all are already stretching y'all muscles. Y'all muscles are getting stronger. Y'all and if stuff gonna affect you, man. I think important. I think both of y'all kind of allude to it. The reading, they keep feeding the inner you. Oh my goodness, man! Because that's what we're doing. We feeding the subjective. We talk about this. You're feeding the subjective, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? See, what's objectified is really coming from the inside.
Absolutely.
It's not the other way around. And so y'all feeding, and then it's making whatever this is come to pass.
And a lot of it comes from, being honest with yourself, making realistic goals, being consistent with what you're doing, and in this busy world, in this world that has so many distractions, it's trying to find that thing that makes you have that tunnel vision. Like, I don't care what's going on. I want this to work. I'm gonna do this because it's harder for us nowadays to stay as focused as you guys were because it wasn't as many distractions, which is not an excuse at all, but it is harder. So you really have to find that thing where it's a realistic goal. You just have to really believe and find you a partner. Sometimes some things is better done with a partner. Everything can't be done by itself.
Man, ain't nobody. Let's be clear. The people y'all see that's most successful have partners.
Absolutely.
Their thing is not. Their partners just don't be in front of the camera.
Exactly.
But it's nobody that's successful out here that don't have partners.
And just to add to the realistic goal has to be realistic to you.
Absolutely.
That's the key.
Yes, sir.
Because 30 years ago, us saying that we would have been a franchise or we would have opened up multiple shops, that would have seemed unrealistic to somebody else. But in our mind, it was realistic, it was doable. We just had to be patient. And then we are who we say we are.
And that's like our whole thing, and we always discuss it. Like, we know if we just continue the volume and stay at it, like there's no way you can fail. Like, and even if, let's say it's not the podcast, we know it's gonna go into something else. So we'll have a guest that leads us into a different avenue. Like, the failure can't happen if you keep showing up. There's no such thing as luck if you're always there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, man, one thing about, and I heard KRS said, man, we need the youth, right? So I need you for your energy. And the youth need me, who are OG, is for my wisdom.
Absolutely.
100%.
And so y'all guys, man, y'all understand, man, I wasn't making the kind of money y'all was making the years that y'all been in it. Right? Y'all making, when I was cutting hair, first of all, the price, we didn't have the prices that y'all can charge, and we didn't have the exposure. Man, back in the 80s and 90s, it was black and white and Spanish. Black and white and Spanish. So it was a black shop, white shop, Spanish shop. Right? Now, man, it's a shop, and you'll see all three of them at the same time.
Absolutely.
Right? And so when I watch how y'all gonna evolve, I'm just sitting here like, yo, man, whatever I can share with y'all, right? Because y'all don't want to be starting over. Nobody want to pull themselves out the mud. Why we got to pull each other out the mud?
Right. Right.
Man, if I can tell y'all where the puddle was at, and you ain't got to step in the mud, let me do that for you.
Yeah.
Right? Because y'all got the youth, y'all got the energy, right? So it's like, yo, our job is to kind of just help however we can help y'all navigate. If we can sow seeds, whether they financial or just intellectual capital into you guys, that's what we supposed to be doing.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's because I liked it long enough to love it, loved it long enough to teach somebody else.
Ooh, that's a bomb dropper, man. Man, so we coming into our closing. I can go on another 2-3 hours with you guys because it's just so you guys are very intriguing people, and it's so much stuff that we haven't got to cover. But I really do appreciate you guys coming by, man. You guys are the only probably my only, but the most important mentors that I have following for me in my career, and you guys' vision has helped me create my own vision.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to give you guys your flowers for that, man. NoGrease started in '97. Man, barber school, a couple of them. Man, 16 locations. I mean,
I take that. 16 coming.
yeah, we going listen, we go 100 more, you know.
absolutely.
You guys, man, are really a pinnacle in this industry, man, and I'm glad you guys got to come by today and share your story.
Man, it was awesome, man. First off, we're proud of y'all, man. Can't say it enough, man.
Thank you.
The work that y'all doing is evident.
Thank
This
you.
is the fruits of it. So we want to give y'all a shout out and y'all flowers as a young future business owners and leaders of the industry, man. So
sir.
we couldn't do it without y'all. We couldn't do it without the other owners of NoGrease. We couldn't do it without those men and women.
Shout out to all the franchisees in NoGrease.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We thank y'all, and we definitely want to interview some of you guys too. Yeah.
And of course, in the clients.
Yeah. I'm very grateful for you guys. Y'all my heroes, man.
Yeah.
Y'all my heroes, man.
Yeah.
It's important because we mentioned like our mentors, and I mean we standing on these dudes' shoulders. So to be however part of y'all journey we are to assist is what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Like it ain't even like we supposed to do it. Now, do we have to agree on everything? No, man. Y'all got your own ideals. Trust, Mr. J, Gordon. We had our own ideals. We took what we can use, and that's how it works, man. When you read a book, you're supposed to take what you can read, what you can use out that book is what you take. Everything else you leave. What y'all can get from us and use, that's what you take.
Absolutely.
And it's free. Like it's like we giving it freely.
Oh yeah, free game.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Free
man.
game.
So yeah, I mean, and buy this back, man. When we, and we'll
Absolutely.
dress down.
It was only right for us to have you guys first, man. I was like, man, look, we're gonna start doing interviews, and I ain't going nowhere until I get these two guys first, respectfully.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because this is where it came from. You have anything you want to say, man?
No, I think it's a cool experience to see 4 black men come together, 2 from the younger generation, 2 from the older generation, and see that that we're all human and we're all in the same room. I think a lot of people think certain people are out of reach, or these guys are not where they're yet. Why are they in the same room? But I think that being able to have everybody together in the same room is huge. It makes it more feasible, makes it realistic for anybody that ends up watching this. And then I'm also just incredibly grateful. I know my life's changed ever since I got into NoGrease. I don't know, y'all the only mentors I got, so that's all I got. But and Shad for sure. Changing my life, absolutely. But that's all I got, and I appreciate y'all having somebody to come out and dedicate their time. Like, I mean, we just spent almost 2 hours. It's like,
Sir.
I want to make sure y'all are man. Y'all gotta understand, man. That it's a big thing in our culture where older people don't affirm the younger people.
Yeah.
Like we ain't passing the baton. Like I ain't trying to die with a baton in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to pass that bitch. I don't want to keep
Absolutely.
running like that hard. I want to go up in the booth and I want to kind of coach you through. So I'm glad that y'all have this technology and these platforms so y'all can be affirmed.
Yeah.
Like these dudes are doing the work.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are not gatekeepers. Never been, never been a type of gatekeeper. Like, and that's one thing that like give me the trust from you guys. Like, you guys are not gatekeepers, and it's just like people in your position you will be amazed how much they'll keep back from you. The only reason you don't know what you don't know from them is because you haven't asked.
and I think another thing, because I got to experience at least the online barber school, man, like the fact that y'all are able to stay this consistent with so many different personalities. Some can be draining, some can be fulfilling.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that y'all remain the same and you almost treat everybody the same, I'm gonna give you all the same information. I think it's big, and a lot of viewers, a lot of people in the company, I don't think they understand, how much y'all give when you really don't even need, you're not even supposed to be seen. At 16 locations, I mean, like, you're not supposed to know who is who.
Yeah.
But I think that y'all able to come and just at least share with us, I think is I think it's groundbreaking, at least to me.
Yeah, it's y'all working the system, man. Y'all gotta understand.
Thank
All
you.
y'all do is y'all work the system,
Yeah.
and then y'all gonna add to it. Y'all already add, this alone is adding to the system, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all could, man. We are grateful for y'all to be able to add to us. Y'all haven't taken nothing away from us. Y'all only added to us.
Yep.
And don't think whatever we gave, like, y'all don't owe us shit. Like, what we give, to your point, I give it to the same. I give it to everybody. It's just either they don't want it or they don't know what to do with it.
That's facts.
Yeah, take it and multiply.
Yeah,
Taking
yeah,
and multiply.
absolutely.
That's it.